We are back with another video. Now, I'm not going to say this is a Wuthering Waves video, although the Wuthering Waves community is absolutely going crazy for something that I think shouldn't even be a conversation. I think this is a bigger issue within the space, and it needs to be talked about. So, shout out to LOL Shinya. Just going to show you guys LOL Shinya. This is the chillest homie on earth. I actually met him the other day. Super cool dude. Didn't dono wall me. He was just very nice. Really got nothing bad to say about the homie. Go win OTK, whatever, enough glazing. But this content creator needs to be stopped. Now, the premise of this, I haven't watched the full video, but I actually saw this tweet. Rexlent made a tweet using a set of emojis that has a wild definition. You'll see it on screen, and then you could look it up if you want to look it up afterwards. I'm not going to say the word. It's going to get demonetized. It has to do with SA, and pretty much there is a problem, and there's a massive problem in the Gacha community. I think we could all see it where, for whatever reason, people are attracted to these kid-like characters. And it's just disgusting. It is the weirdest thing ever. I have never once sat down and played Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, any game in my life I can't even think of where I was like, oh my god, this is so attractive. And like, you could think maybe a character's cute, like Nahida is cute. Youhu, this new Wuthering Waves character, is adorable. Like, they're a cute character. But the stuff that people are saying online and the brain dead stuff I'm seeing in Shinya's comments on Twitter, and just, it absolutely blows my mind. So I want to discuss this. I wanted to react to this. I wanted to pull up a few other tweets from content creators who are hitting the mark. And just let's go over it. So let's get right into it. Yeah, let's go.
Greetings, Rovers.
So,
as you could probably tell by the sound of my voice, I am absolutely extremely tired. I just got back from TwitchCon. This video is going to be completely unedited, unscripted, and just off the cuff, because this is something that really needs to be talked about.
This is the set of emojis that indicates the negative thing, by the way, that he'll go into. But yeah, man, I'll just let it play. I'll let it play. I'm not going to try to interrupt as much, but my main thought is like, just my stream deck's not working, so I can't swap between my scenes. But my main thought is, don't be a weirdo. This is disgusting, and it's just not a. It's not like a haha cutesy thing you could play around with. Like, there's some jokes where it's like, a lot of people say, oh, you're gonna get canceled if you say this, and you might say a bad word, which you really shouldn't be saying, or you might make a really edgy joke. It's like, oh, I'm gonna front flip into a car into Roblox, or whatever. Like, whatever. You might say some weird things that could come off as edgy that were acceptable before, and some stuff I think is like, all right, like, it's whatever, like, it's not a big deal. This is just way out of line. It's way out of line, whether it was a cute thing, and the fact that Rexlent doubled down on this is what I think is a problem. And not only that, but I saw like people like Chimaru like making fun of it, where they're like, oh my god, and then they're using these subtweets and like supporting it, and it's just like, how brain dead do people have to be to sit there and think this is acceptable? So let me shut up. Let's just go into it.
It is currently almost 4 a.m. here in
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
And I had to get this video out because
For sure.
I am absolutely disgusted about what I saw today on Twitter. As some of you may know,
I'm going to get the
Wuthering
original
Waves
team up
is
in the
my main
meantime.
game. And your boy Rexlent over here, who has sort of become the face of Wuthering Waves, right? I'm sure all of you are familiar with him. Rexlent does a ton of Wuthering Waves stuff. He was a part of the official 1.0 live broadcast for the game.
On Twitter anymore?
Wuthering Waves does sponsor him. Kuro directly works with him. He is actually an official content creator for the game. By the way, my voice is shot from TwitchCon, so that's, if you hear my voice being a little raspy, it is what it is. I had nothing but respect for Rexlent. Rexlent was doing great things for the Wuthering Waves community. He's a PGR player, reverse 99. He knows what he's doing. He has always been a Kuro content creator, and I've had nothing but mad respect for him. He's never done anything bad. As far as I'm aware, he's never had any big controversies, but today I was just made aware from...
I also am one of the people who I do believe it is 100% okay to disagree with someone and not hate them, right? Like, you could disagree with a person on a topic and still act cordially. And actually, one of the tweets that I'm going to show you, there's a part of it that I don't agree with, but it's okay that I don't agree with it. It's not my taste. It's not my thing. Some people are into some things. It's not the child stuff. But when it comes to a situation like this, where it's so severe And it's so like, it's not a gray area. It is a clear cut black and white situation. It is creepy. It is creepy to talk this way about children, lollies, the lolicon community, all that nonsense. It is creepy. It is not normal. And I'm just sorry. Like, I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, I had to ban someone on my chat recently where they came in, they're like, oh, go, that lolly is really good. I'm like, bro, don't use that word. I had to ban the word. It's like, why are you so sensitive? I'm like, I'm not sensitive. That's just weird as hell. Why are you referring to this child in ZZZ as a lolly? Just say, yo, that character is really good. And they're like, well, actually, Ethan, oh, excuse me, I'm going to clip this and send it around and I'm going to cancel you. You're going to cancel me because I didn't want you to use the word lolly in my stream, referring to a character in ZZZ who looks like a legitimate child as a lolly. Are you brain dead? Like, are you crazy? And so there's things like this where it's like, okay, this is too much. This is too much. So let's just go. He'll explain it. I'm getting the actual tweet up.
Rexlent has significantly crossed a line today. So I do realize I am going to war with these people. I do realize I'm going to probably get a lot of backlash for this. And ultimately, I do not care. This is something I'm going to be calling out. I will not be holding back my punches despite how I feel about Rexlent. And I will be going nuclear about this.
Yeah.
This is not cool. So, what am I talking about? What's going on? So, as I'm sure some of you are aware, there's a new character coming out in Wuthering Waves. She's a 4-star healer or support, not entirely sure what she is going to be, called Youhu. And Youhu, as you can tell, is a child. There's no two ways about this. There's no
little child.
interpretation.
Little
here.
child.
She is literally a child. We could also see there was some promotional stuff done with her for her videos, for her coming out. She is literally a child. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She was not made to look like an adult. She is a child, and that's it.
It's not even like they're sexualizing this character. How Zenless Zone Zero has been sexualizing some of the other characters, and it really feels weird. Like, really weird. Like, Jane Doe is not as weird because that's a full-on adult, although it's a rat. It's a New York City rat, but whatever. But like, they have sexualized the younger children, and it's like, that's creepy. That's just creepy, right? It makes me iffy. I do think this character has a weird animation where they attack with their butt, but I mean, like, I look at it as like something like a Princess Peach and Smash Brothers attack where like it's not overly crazy, although I'm sure the Kuro probably did that animation. Yeah, like, let's just be honest. They probably made that animation for that target demographic. You know what I mean? Like, why would you add that to a child? So they clearly know what they're doing with that. But even that, I'm like, okay, like, I don't really find that as like crazy sexualization. I think it's weird, but it's not wild. But when you take a character, I mean, sexualizing any child in itself is already disgusting and is just nasty. It is nasty. I'm not going to throw around the P word because I don't think if you're a lolly, I think you are more likely to be a P word if you are a lolly. Does it 100% mean you are because you consume that? No. Would I trust you? Would I want to be in the same room with you? Would I want to have my kids around you if I ever have kids or anyone around you? No, I probably won't talk to you because I think you're a weirdo. And I think you probably have a higher chance of becoming that. But I will not sit here and say you are a P word. Some people might, right? But I also don't think that, like, that's a far-fetched thing to say where it's like, because in your brain, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're a character of fiction. Sexualizing a child of fiction is still nasty because you can easily translate sexualizing a child from fiction to sexualizing a child in real life. I mean, again, I feel like this is clear cut and dry stuff here. This isn't up for debate. This isn't anything where it's like, whoa, no, wait, but you have to see the other side. There is, like, I don't think there's another side to this. Like, so I won't say that 100% means you're a P, but most likely you will probably teeter towards the side of potentially becoming one or doing some crazy inappropriate stuff with a child because you consume that type of media. Because why else would you consume that type of media? That's just my thought straight up. But I'm gonna keep it going. It creeps me out, brother. It creeps me out. I'm sorry I'm yapping a lot. We're only 2 minutes into this video. It's just nasty. I think it's nasty.
So, why is this a problem? What's going on? What did Rexlent say? Well, you can see on this tweet here, if Youhu were a 5-star, how many of you would spend for her. Still S6 for me. Crying face emoji, anger emoji. So
That's the
I
problem.
saw this tweet a couple hours ago and I shrugged my shoulders. I said, oh, he just really likes Youhu, right? He just likes her. What does that mean? So Captain Cabinets had actually pointed this out. And again, shouts out to her for uncovering this. Doing some digging myself.
I think I have that tweet as well. Hold on.
This. According to Urban Dictionary.
And it's blocked out. That is the R word. Not good.
These
not
two
good stuff.
Specific things are, these two specific emojis, excuse me, I'm all over the place, are a dog whistle for lolicons. A word used by lolicons when a lolly is in need of correction, usually meaning corrective, a word that I can't say here.
It's one of those things where if you don't see it, it goes over your head. I had no clue what this meant. I had no idea what these subsection of emojis meant, and then my Twitter is blowing up with this. I was like, what is happening? That is disgusting. Straight up disgusting. And again, I'm the type of, listen, I got a dark sense of humor. You come to my streams, I say some crazy shit sometimes. You know, I twerk, be showing my feet, show my armpits. I do weird shit. I'm a weird guy. You know, like, this is like not okay. This is not okay. And it's not like oh, haha, hee hee. Again, I'm being edgy. No, this is like illness. This is like mental illness. Like, it's not okay. It's disgusting.
Commonly used alongside oh and the crying face emoji and another word that I cannot say here. What the fuck is happening here?
Bro.
This video is going to get demonetized no matter what the fuck I do. What is going on here? Rexlent is knowingly using these fucking emojis as a dog whistle for lolicon. This is a person who is directly sponsored by Kuro and is actually getting paid by Kuro to be sort of the face of the game, right? He was on the 1.0 livecast. So, you may be saying, oh, maybe he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he's not trying to use these emojis. Maybe he just picked them out of the blue.
No.
All right. Let's go down the rabbit hole even more.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Oh, wait, here. Let's go.
That's the anger you're feeling in response to a Tectone's Degens post, by the way. I don't know why, but she pisses me off. Oh, it's the face she makes. And again, as you can see, down in the replies, people are using this set of emojis as a dog whistle.
It's just not even, it's disgusting.
It's not like this is just happen chance. They just happen to be spamming these emojis. It needs correction.
These people are weird.
How are people so willingly open to do this shit out in the public? And I realize I'm painting a huge target on my back by going after this community. And it is what it is. Let them come after me. I don't care. But I'm calling this shit out, especially for someone that's face of the fucking game.
Yeah, I forget even Rexlent. Putting Rexlent to the side, it's cringe and it's disgusting. But just seeing so many people openly support this and say this type of shit blows my mind. I mean, like, I don't understand it. I don't know how people can defend this. Just don't get
how
it.
can you
just
have
don't. It makes me
Wuthering
sick.
Waves in
It
your
makes me sick.
fucking name? How can you say that you're an official content creator for the game?
Yeah.
And go around touting shit like this? Rexlent, this is fucking unacceptable, and you should be goddamn ashamed of yourself for doing this for the Wuthering Waves community. Not only that, you're a despicable human being. I'm sorry, I'm not pulling any fucking punches. This is insane. He doubles down on it in the comments as well.
This shit's crazy. So if someone finds a character fictional or not hot and said character looks like a kid and acts like a kid, then that's a kid in my eyes. Fiction or not, this is mad weird. I agree. Then he writes, how very typical of these sort to throw the P word around over fictional characters that the term loses much of its weight these days, just from the pilot behind Daily Youhu, no less. Just shut yourself down. No one said the P word in this tweet. No, nowhere in this tweet did they call him a P. Now, he might have been called that, and I could understand why someone's calling him that. But out of all like screenshots you are resharing, not once is that even suggested. This is more of a calmer take where they're like, it's just weird. It doesn't matter if it's a fake child, brother. It is a child. It is a legitimate child. Like, Sneeko is like, I think the age of consent to be 16. That is disgusting. That's still a young adult. That is not an adult. They're not even really a young adult at that point. They're still a teenager, right? So you still could technically, obviously, it's not a child of like 4 or 5, but it's still a child. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucking weird. And then people are going on, oh, man, yeah, I agree with him. I agree with him. It's like, are you dense? Are you dumb? Like, why am I talking about this? Why am I bringing this up? I think it is fucking disgusting. I think it is weird. I think it's nasty. If you don't like me anymore because I'm saying that the lolly shit is weird, I really don't care. I don't think you should be a part of this community. I'm a very cool guy. We make a lot of stupid jokes. We fucking very free chat, we kind of just vibe and whatever. There's like no racism, no homophobia, none of that shit. But like, we're allowed to speak our minds and understand that as long as you're not being a horrible person, you can speak your mind about a topic. And again, like I said, you don't have to hate each other for not agreeing on every single topic. But then there's some things that just cross that line where it's like, it's not even like having a higher moral ground. It's like, oh, well, you're a white knight and you have, your morality is so high. It's like, no, it's just common sense. Like, why do you want to fuck a 5-year-old? Didn't Mr. Beast's Chris Tyson? Didn't she get Ava? I think her name is Ava. I think it's Ava Chris Tyson. Didn't she get canceled for having drawn child pornography? That shit's weird as fuck. That shit's fucking weird. And that person, I believe that artist even drew Keemstar's child in sexual action. Now, Keemstar is the biggest piece of shit on the internet. They don't deserve their child to be drawn like that. And then people are outwardly supporting this artist. It's like, things like that is just clear cut and dry. You cannot like someone, but if they're like a victim of something, it's like, yo, that's fucked up, man. That's just straight up fucked up. And so I don't think, I just don't see how people defend this. And then you have other content creators making a joke about it, retweeting it, like, oh, isn't this so cute? And then they use those same emojis. It's not, you look fucking stupid. You look like a fucking asshole who, hey man, if that's the community you want to gather and you want those motherfuckers to support you, God bless, live your life. I don't fucking care. You're a piece of garbage. But hey, if that's what you want to do, by all means, that's your community, right? That's your chat. That's your toxic shit. I mean, I don't want that. I don't want that in my community. I don't want that in my space. I don't want any of that.
Baked Clementine called him out for someone finding a fictional character hot. And they say, oh, it's just a fictional character. You guys can't be throwing around the word pedophile. What do you mean? Regardless if it's a real child or not, or if it's a drawing, at the end of the day, you are still sexualizing a child. It doesn't matter if they're real or not. They are the exact depiction of a child. How can you, in any universe, defend what you are saying and defend the innuendos that you're making towards a child character? I don't want to throw the P word around, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we label this as. You are still sexualizing a child character in a video game. The amount of copium you have to be on to think that is okay and normal is beyond insane.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I almost thought it was fake.
I'm sorry. I'm looking on my screen, and I'll show it in a moment. I'm looking like, even in Tectone Degens, it's like some of these people are just so fucking dumb. They got blocked by Captain Cabinets, and they're like, Crybaby blocked me. Yeah, because you fucking support sexualizing a child. I'd block your fucking dumbass too, you idiot. Like, what the fuck? Like even there, it's like, what the fuck is happening, bro? Like, how is this even a conversation? How is this a conversation? Maybe I'm in the wrong space. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Just because how insane this is.
I don't get it.
Again, going down to these comments, how do people defend this? And I understand people say, oh, it's Twitter, they're weirdos. I get that, sure. The common person is maybe a weirdo. But someone that's an official voice, an official face of the game, how is Kuro even okay with this? You would think someone would have seen these posts and pulled Rexlent aside and said, hey, You got to
this shit
knock this
down.
shit off. Absolutely insane. Just looking at his posts, it's just, they don't care. They just don't care. They are so unabashed and unbothered by this, by doing this out just in the public. I could see if this was like a leaked screenshot or something that, someone may have said out of context, but they are going out of their way to post this in a public forum.
Yeah, it's weird, bro.
This shit needs to stop. We as a community need to start calling this shit out and letting them know this is not okay in our gacha games. This is not okay, period.
In general.
In any way, shape, or form. The amount of people who are so afraid to talk about this because they're afraid of putting a target on their back, they are weak and pathetic human beings.
I agree.
Stand the fuck up for what is right and do not be afraid of these fucking people who are actual pedophiles. That's all I have for this one.
I don't know where the comment was. Bro really thinks he's doing something while supporting an anime, supporting lolicon behavior. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know anything about the anime that Shinya has of this icon. I cannot speak on the anime. I don't know. I heard it was weirdo stuff. But I also remember seeing Shinya speak about it on stream. Says like, yeah, the anime has some weird shit in that. And I look at that. I think it's fucking nasty. But overall, like, the story's good. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. But it's just like, I don't understand how people like just don't see this as a problem. The problem is that there is no problem, but people try to make it a problem from thin air. The brain rot is massive. The best thing to do in this shitstorm would be to just ignore the call out like it doesn't exist. I mean, it's like absolutely insane. Just because animes have been sexualizing people since the 1970s does not mean it's okay. Captain Cabinet spoke about it. Obviously, Captain Cabinet is the one who brought this to everyone's attention. Wuthering Waves community officially played by idiots and CCs who think corrective R-word is funny. More actual dumb fucks to add to my you're a fucking weirdo list. You were literally a flying flag and using a dog whistle to support a normalized peak degeneracy. I see more support for lollies and Wuwa than I do in Genshin these days. I think a lot of the Genshin people went to Wuwa. That's a different conversation. Legions tweeted about it. Listen, I fucks with Legions. Legions are right here. Let's read the whole tweet. Go to give my take, and the Rexlent Dom is going on right now. If a fictional character in a game or anime looks like an adult, like whatever, I don't know these people, I don't know what they look like or whatever, and you find them attractive, I think that's fine because most people without knowing their age would assume that they're at least 18 from a glance. Shit, even Jotaro from JoJo's is 15 and looks like he's 30. I don't know about these characters. I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't sexualize really characters like that in game, like Raiden, I'll say like the Boba or some shit. But I do personally think it's weird when you sexualize people that are still teenagers. But I get what he's saying. I don't agree with it, but it's fine. But he hits the nail right on the coffin here. But if a character looks like a fucking child, acts bratty like a child, and you use two emotes that are a dog whistle for lolicons that literally stands for corrective R, then you are a fucking disgusting human being, a borderline pedo. That's just because it's an anime and not real does not make it okay to sexualize them or find them attractive. That's like staring at a picture of a 12-year-old IRL and thinking they're attractive and saying, oh, I'm not a pedo because I never touched them. That still means you fantasize about it. If you're attracted to a child, then you're a pedo. End of story. Yeah. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, this is like perfect example. This second paragraph, I don't know if I 100% agree with it. I could see his point. I don't agree. That doesn't mean we have to cancel Legions. That's fucking stupid. But like, he's hitting the nail on the head. There is a argument. Again, I don't agree with it, but there is a way you can justify that. I don't agree, but it's whatever. This is not justifiable, and this is coming from someone who a lot of content creators, Pokey does it all the time. Like, Pokey's fucking background is like Jane Doe walking with her ass, or I mean, like, fucking, what was it, Ellen, or maybe it was Ellen, whatever I'm saying, you know, like, it's weirdo behavior. This shit is not fucking normal. It's not normal at all, and it's I don't understand how people think this is okay. They think this is acceptable behavior. I just don't understand it. I really don't. And I don't know, man, maybe I'll get a ton of hate for this, or maybe I shouldn't be talking about it because, like, whatever, it's bad for me and I'll lose subs. I really don't care. It's straight up, man. You are beating your meat to a child. That is a drawing. What is stopping you from beating your meat to a real child? Or what is stopping you from, God forbid, doing that to a real child, right? Again, I'm not going to say you were guaranteed to be a P, right? But the chances of you being one, like, if you take a group and there's people that are lollies and lolicons, and then there's normal human beings that don't beat their meat to fucking children, odds are the group with the lollies is gonna have more peas in there than the other group. Now, I'm sure the other group still might have it because we live in a fucked up world. But is it? Am I dense? Like, am I the pro? Is it me? Am I the drama? I just don't fucking understand. And so, with that being said, let me know what you think and tell me why I am right, because I am right and there's no middle ground on this. And I love you. And if you do that shit, I don't love you. Mwah. I'll see you on the next one.